Hello, this is Stolzer, and welcome back to Memory Isle. So, you might notice we're on the same version we were in the last video, version 0.1.34.1, and that is because this version has the console, and I didn't really focus on it in the last video because I was mainly focused on checking out what the humans are like. I found out, so when we go here, right, we have region 2 test, and test level. And this is all pretty much, like, this is what we've had for pretty much the entirety of forever. But there's more than that here because we have access to the console. Now, as you can see here, I've been doing a lot of testing about, like, I've looked back at the previous videos and kind of made a guess on a lot of this stuff. So first let's check out Redwoods. That's the code. If you are going back to these versions and checking them out, here's how we get into Redwoods in this version of the game. Now it spawned me randomly on the map. I assume that's the case because yeah, I'm this Rex. If you remember the last episode, I ended off with my broken leg here. And we appear to be in the divot. It also does appear that the default game mode is sandbox, which is nice. That's probably how it should be. What's something I haven't gone as? Let's go as the Dilo. I feel like we haven't gone as the Dilo in a little bit. Okay, so here we are in Region 2 Redwoods. I don't know if any of this is very different or not, but that's what we're here to check out. So, at the moment, this is all looking fairly familiar. I hear that waterfall. Where is that waterfall though? Oh, there. There's the waterfall. Okay. Okay, so as we can see here, this is one of the waterfalls. Oh, there's a... Oh my... Okay. God fucking damn it. There's a weird square rock down there, which I don't know what that's all about. How am I not dead? Okay, we're just gonna go into the replay. I don't even know which replay it would be. 10, maybe? Oh, and replays actually have the new UI as well, as you can see. It's got the focus there. It's got the speed. Right, let's check out the map, shall we? So one thing that's actually very interesting about this, if I recall correctly, in a lot of these older maps actually, the trees would go away when you fly too high. In this version though, the trees are very much still here, which is very interesting. Figured I would point out as I'm looking here, like all of the trees, I don't know about the foliage, I think the foliage is actually gone. But the trees themselves, they are billboarded, of course. But yeah, they don't disappear like they used to, or at the very least, like going up this high in the sky, they haven't disappeared yet. Which I guess makes sense because, they don't need to disappear, I guess. And it just makes it more immersive, better for the player experience. It's a relatively small map in the grand scheme of things, so you don't need to hide all of the trees. You can see even at this distance they're billboarded. But then, where is it? Yeah, right here they start to fade in. Which is pretty cool. Just thought I'd point that out. Other than that, there doesn't look to be a whole lot different here. This map pretty much seems like how it was last time we came along, for the most part. Maybe there might be some differences. Like I said the last time we checked this out, I have no recollection of what this map really looked like. I didn't really play this map very much, so I couldn't tell you very honestly whether that is the case or not. There's a lot of trees. There's the occasional really loud waterfall, which they have the sounds. I don't know if that was a thing before, but they certainly have the sounds now. Interesting to note that this is all here still, even in this version, and it's probably been in here for a bunch of these versions. Oh, look at this. This might actually be different. This little rocky area, there's more trees here, and there's more rocks here. But yeah, you can definitely tell that this has probably not been touched actually for for a little bit, but this is pretty much the looks like the final version of this. Yeah, because this is where the log is, if you remember. So there's a lot more of these trees, little mini trees in here, which is pretty nice. Yeah, it just seems like a whole lot more foliage was placed in. Like a lot more foliage. Like a lot of these little trees and these flowers and stuff. It seems like it's pretty finalized. The ramp, there's like a ramp up to this part here. So let's move on to the next map, which is going to be Landscape 3 or V3. I like that I have at least been able to spawn in this map correctly. It might need a little bit to load, but at least I can move. If you remember last time we tried to check out some of these maps, we just couldn't move at all. So, this is this version's version of V3. There's some nice little red flowers there. Some blue and some yellow ones too. Oh, this is actually pretty big island. I mean, V3 was massive. I feel like the sun's a bit broken. Right, is that what the sun is? Maybe not, but the lighting here seems a bit weird. I feel like I remember the developer tests for this map, right? Was it? I seem I seem to recall, no. Because there was a beach. Is this? I mean, I know V3 went through a lot of changes. Does anyone remember the developer branch tests they did? Oh, there's a lot of trees loaded in over there. They did developer branch tests, and I could swear this was this the map that was used for one of them? Because I feel like I remember running up that hill. But honestly, it could be any map. But because I remember there was a beach down there more than anything. So maybe not exactly, but also it could just be that this is an early version of the map and I just don't recall because the beach isn't there. Because it feels like that's where you would spawn. Because I don't know if that's like a beach over there or not. Oh, and we'll actually be, now that replays are working, we'll actually be able to see these maps like V3 and V4, even if I can only load it. Oh wait, hold on. Auto recording's not on. How do I do the auto recording? F4, F5, F6, F7, F8. I don't know what I've done. The game is currently frozen. F10, F9, F8, F7, F6, F5, F4. F5? F4. What the hell? Ha! Huh. New discovery. Hold on. This is a weird one. Oh my god. Please, these trees are fucking killing me. So, I don't know if it's exclusive to this map or what, but there appears to be a shortcut. So, I'm going to press F5, and you tell me if you notice anything strange. Yeah, and then I'm going to press F4. Weird, right? I don't know if that's part of the game or what, but I've never seen that before. Anyway, F6, F7, F8, F9. F9 seems to do something as well. There's no debug camera. Even though it says there's debug camera, it doesn't work. Or I can't seem to get it to work. Well, that's lovely. Okay, time to respawn. You can hear the wind, though. This is them starting to use that wind sound effect for as you get higher in the sky, which is pretty nice. I feel like that's different too, actually. Look, I don't know if I noticed this in the last video, if that was even there or not, but you can see the TAG kind of like lore dump stuff that's going on there. Let's go to the Dilo. Of course, I'm falling out of the map. What the hell? This is why I wish the audio recording was working. I don't understand why it's not. I'm just in the fog now. Is this sorted by most recent? Oh, it is. Oh, this is the beach, kind of. So now we have a full, proper view, maybe. Yeah, we have a full, proper view of this map. And perhaps maybe where I was supposed to spawn. At the moment, it just kind of looks very hilly terrain. Lots of hills. Oh, I think this is around about where I spawned. Maybe no, I don't know. Like when I respawned, this feels like this is where I was. Okay, so this is V3. And we have this water here, which is very lovely. Oh, do we have the night vision? Oh, yep, we do. Okay. So now we finally have night vision in... Oh, God. What was that? Why did I get so much lag there? So now we have night vision in the replays. We have like a little kind of like swamp area here. Little marsh even. Oh, actually quite a big marsh. Look at this. That's a lot, actually. Very interesting. Oh, and we got like these steep cliffs here. Yeah, so this feels like this is where I was supposed to be. For some reason, I did not end up spawning here, though. I might have even spawned on like the other side or something, but there's nothing really of note in V3. If I remember correctly, there's, at least in the early days, I think it was just his big map. This might have even been like a stress test kind of map. Like, obviously maybe they just wanted the map in general. But this would be a good stress test map to be like, oh god. Oh, landscape LOD going a bit funky. I forget if it's, I don't remember, but like it's set to auto, I think, is what I'm gathering from that. The LODs. Yeah, and we get this wind, so I was probably around here somewhere actually. So I was just shy of making it there. But yeah, this is the windy sound effect, so if you get to a certain altitude, you just end up hearing this. So yeah, I probably spawned somewhere down there. And then... yeah, this is quite the map. In terms of size, anyway. In terms of actual content inside of the map, landmarks and such, not a lot in this version. Which is probably why... well, actually, no, servers probably would have been able to do this, because this is in the this is in the shipped version. I tried a bunch of the other maps. I don't know if you saw, but I tried a bunch of the other maps. Like if you saw in the console, I tried Isle Mesa. That's not in. I tried like a bunch of the like Raptor AI like test levels and stuff. None of those seem to be shipped. I tried like current maps like Thenyaw. I think I tried Thenyaw, but yeah, obviously they don't exist yet because... so the maps that I will be checking out today are the maps that you would expect to be in this version, but for some reason just aren't playable. So I'm sorry if I missed any major changes for any of these maps in past videos, but now we have access to the console. I mean, I could have loaded up like a server on the map and stuff like that, but I didn't even know that the map's there in the first place. And the reason why I had to test, by the way, is because when I do open now, they've removed the maps showing up in the command line, in the console, sorry. So I had to kind of take a guess. So Misty Valley, maybe that's a thing. But, you know, judging from, and Pillar of Creation, whatever that was all about. But, like, I don't know the direct path or like, you know, you can use, like, if I did open Isle, what was it, Isle Region 2, like, that would work. However, I don't think that will work. Oh, it will, because I'm in replay. Yeah, there you go. And then if I did V3, that would work if I wasn't in here. So if we go all the way back here. Open Isle V3. Which is where we just were, right? Which is here. Why do I always spawn as a Kano in here? This is weird that this happens. Because you saw that, right? I was a Dilo, and then in this map I spawn as a Kano. This is weird. Anyway, I don't think we're missing much in here. So now, I'm going to open... I have them off to the side here. So this is the final map we'll check out, which is Landscape 4, aka V4. And we didn't really get a good spawn. I don't know if we ever will get a good spawn. I'm gonna try my best to get a good spawn. Otherwise, let's hope that the replay can help us with this map, because we are just kind of slowly falling out of the map into the void. Let's be the Dibble this time. Oh goodness. Well, here's V4. If I do like F5 and then F4, does that do anything for me? I think it's counting me as falling or something. I don't even know. Is the map even loaded in? But it's just weird that this happens. Like, I can't explain why this happens. I can control where I go, but I can't actually move. Like, I'm not even touching the ground. It's like the map is... I don't know. It's like it's not actually here. Because those textures are also not fully loaded in, which tells me that maybe the map just straight up isn't functioning properly. Anyway, we can just go into the replay. Demo 5 seems to just be overriding everything, which is probably for the best. So this just kind of goes off into the fog by the looks of things. I don't think that's water, although maybe it is. Okay, no, never mind. Yeah, it's water, but for some reason the fog seems to be overriding it. So that's the edge of the map. And this is V4, I guess. What is that over there? Man, this is quite the experience. What's happening over here? I have no clue what I'm looking at. I don't think I'm looking at anything over there. I'm not going to go over there. So there's no oh no, there's foliage here. Okay. There's a lot of fog. It is very hard to see. Actually, I can probably use slow mode 10. Can I? Nope. Weird that I can't use that, but alright. And there's a freaking canyon. It's just a big ass canyon here. Okay. What is that? Can you get past there somehow? In natural gameplay? I assume not. That does not look like you can go very far. At all. Yeah, that's just a big crevice there. Okay. So what do we actually got going in this map? God, I'm slow. I feel so slow. I need to go closer to the ground here. There's just a lot of trees here. This is where that crevice goes. This doesn't seem like a finished map. I don't think. Oh god. That's so weird to see. Like, I've seen that before in Unreal Engine, but that's just such a weird a weird thing, the landscape just morphing into its proper LODs. Yeah, this is just ominous. Like, the only sounds are like the sounds of the wind. Yeah, there just is nothing here. I'm gonna go off into this direction, because I think this is where I spawned down here somewhere. It's just so haunting. Yeah, that's a whole bunch of hills and stuff. So this must be the earliest. Maybe not the earliest, but this is like... I don't think we missed much. If I went back and you know, to some of the previous versions to check out V4, I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot different from what's here, unless something major changes down here. Okay. Got like a little marsh swamp, I think, thing. So maybe this is actually where I'm meant to be, or where I was meant to have spawned, by the looks of it. On this side, we got these like cool looking trees actually. They got like little weird vines, I guess you could call them. It is super foggy, which I'm guessing is the aesthetic they're going for, but yeah, it just seems like a lot of swamp there. Is the map gonna load in further? It seems like this is the biggest portion of the map so far. Like, the biggest playable portion, I should say. I wonder if that's why. Like, the spawn point was just in a random spot and I was just in an unplayable area, so it just kind of didn't know what to do. Okay, that's the end of the marshy swamp. There's a big cliff here. And I'm guessing that's it. Maybe. I really cannot tell. How big is this? I can't even tell how big the map is. Like, I've just been kind of going in this direction for a while. And I mean, I'm holding shift. I am going as fast as the replay camera can take me. And it doesn't seem... It just doesn't seem to be anything too interesting in this map. I don't even really remember if V4 was playable. Or for how long. What is over here? Because V3 is the only one that is kind of like stayed. Even through Evrima, I think. We have V3 and Evrima too, don't we? Or we did. Like, that transferred over to Evrima. But you know what we didn't get? Landscape 4 or V4. You know what else we didn't get? We didn't get Thenyaw. We didn't get Mesa, Region 1, Region 2. We didn't get any of those maps. I think we've come full circle somehow. Perhaps. It wouldn't surprise me if I've gone in a circle. It's not like it's easy to see. I'm hoping... No, the higher I go, the more foggy it's gonna be. Like, the whole landscape's gonna be all foggy. Yeah, I can't really even... But you can see there's like a lot of gaps in the landscape. I don't even know if I'm moving anymore. I just can't see a thing in this map. That seems to be the theme of this map, is cover it in fog and call it a day. Well, we have a nice little watery area here where the post-processing box doesn't go all the way down. But I guess you would never go all the way down here. You wouldn't be able to. I don't think your camera wouldn't reach that far down. Yeah, and then we're back at the sunray void, or the god ray void, whatever you call it. Yep. Very interesting map. Cool map, guys. Yeah, just to show you, Isle Mesa, was it 001, I think? Or was it underscore? I think it was underscore 001. That one doesn't work. It's just going to take me back to the menu. Some other ones I tried was, yeah, Raptor AI test, Misty Valley, but like I didn't know the name. I didn't know the actual locations of these. Like these ones aren't really documented anywhere. And I even looked back at the videos, and because it was just in the console, like you could just type in the names of them. But like if I go type in open Raptor AI, like that's just not going to take me anywhere. That's just gonna it freezes for a bit. It thinks about it, and then it's like, yeah, no, there's nothing here. Yeah, I tried Pillar of Creation. I tried. This was before I knew what the name of Isle Mesa was. I tried Region 1, doesn't exist. Region 3 did work. Landscape 4 worked. Redwoods worked. HQ Test, I believe that didn't work. And I don't even know if that's what the name of it was. But, you know, that obviously doesn't work. Yeah, I tried UG Elevator Scene, the old main menu with the bunker. Doesn't work. Yeah, I tried Sound Test, DR Test, Dinosaur Material Test. I even tried some of them with the like tried to guess like where it would be in the folders and stuff, because you can actually open maps through that way as well, but that is not the case here. We weren't able to find that. But yeah, that's all that's in this version. Now we'll move on to the next version, where hopefully we see some major stuff going on. So see you in a bit. All right, we're back. Login still doesn't work. I don't think it's ever going to work anymore. But we are in version 0.1.38.5, and let's see what's different in here in this version. Let's turn on auto recording. We'll see if there's anything different in here. Debug HUD is insert. Spectator mode. Here we go. So now, oh, I forgot to mention we're on the 5th of March, 2018, and now it's a big leap because we just came from February, and now we have spectator mode. So now this should all work now. With the spectator mode. Oh, debug combat. That's different. Oh, show player names as well, because obviously now you have spectator HUD. Now you can show the player names as well. So yeah, debug combat right alt, debug combat P. Keep that in mind. Let's that'll be interesting to test out, to play around with. No servers found. Interesting. So that one server is no longer here. Not showing up in this version. Oh, huh. So we have DV test level and Thenyaw Island. We were just talking about Thenyaw. Interesting. Very interesting. All right, let's see the first version of Thenyaw, shall we? We'll go into Sandbox. We will turn all this lovely stuff on. Let's do it. Let's check out Thenyaw Island. The first ever version of Thenyaw Island, I should mention. Okay, we have the mercenaries. It looks like they actually have proper idle animations in the in here now, which is cool. We won't go as the humans today. You know, we'll focus on. Oh my god, that's very loud. We'll focus on some other stuff here. So, oh, Giga's in survival now at this point. Because we have the Giga, all of the Giga stuff here. T-Rex is in, Kano's in survival, and Utah's in survival. So this is when Giga was added, by the looks of it. Oh yeah, Giga Juvie old. There was an old version of the Juvie for the Giga? Huh. That's interesting. Oh yeah, Utahraptor old. So now they've officially named the old the old creatures respectfully. So we have T-Rex old, which, okay, so that's what it looked like there. This is what it looks like now. Ah, I see. So you can see its teeth there. But this one kind of doesn't have teeth at all, by the looks of it, looking from here. Huh. Okay. And then so, we got the Giga. This is the Giga. This is how the Giga looked here, in the old days. And this is how Giga looks now. Which you can very obviously tell. Awesome. Kano. Kano is also another one that got a change. So you have Kano old. Oh, it's got sound effects. And then you got the new one here. So let's go as the new Giga. Here we are. Oh, my sensitivity is like... Wait, no, it's better now. Okay, the sensitivity is better now. Do we have spectator mode? It doesn't seem to be working. Because of course it's not. I do remember there was like a whole thing about there was like bugs and stuff. I could swear. Oh! That's not me adding that in. This is when they actually started adding the music in. This is when they have their own OST in now. Oh, that's wonderful. So this is Thenyaw Island. I remember their spawn. Has it changed at all? I don't think it has. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I haven't really played it a lot. But this seems very familiar. This seems like just what it is now. The only thing that I would say is different is this soundtrack. Probably, I don't think this is in the game anymore, but you can correct me if I'm wrong there, because I have no idea. Very interesting. I want to see if I can fix that control. Where is it? Debug. No. Spectator mode. Let me just make sure I actually set that. Yeah, it moved it as well, which is weird. So we'll see if I can actually do it now. Nope. It is just not a thing I can do, even though I'm technically an admin. But yeah, it doesn't work. Insert debug HUD. That doesn't work either. Like, I can do everything else. Scent is still J. So we still have that lovely stuff. Are the sounds for the Giga different? It actually has particle effects near the mouth now. When it does a roar with the broadcast. All that too. For the 3 call. Okay. Maybe these are different calls, I don't know. I'll have to check that in a minute. But I want to check out the map first. This is big. Have I changed this? Yeah, okay. Oh, is this different? Nest icons? I don't remember what of these was here. I know chat was here. Group name tags was here. I think group avatars is different. And nest icons is different. So, yeah. Very interesting. Is this the map of the volcano? I don't think I ever learnt Thenyaw. I just remember there's a volcano somewhere, or there's lava at least. There was a cave too, wasn't there? Like that's where the lava was, in a weird cave thing. And I remember there was buildings. Oh god, this is the Dondi warning. If you ever see a cliff with trees, hello. If you ever see a cliff with trees, that's the Dondi warning saying, yeah, you're not supposed to be here, get away from here or you're gonna die. So yeah. That's... I think up there is where it was. Huh. The music is a little blaring. I might turn it down a little bit. There we go. Very interesting. I love that we finally have reached the version of the game where we have the OST, the soundtrack playing in the background. What's his name? Anthony hold on, let me actually, I want to get this right. What is his name? Yeah, Anthony Castellana. He's the one that did all of the Legacy music, I think, is what from a quick Google search tells me. He was here for a lot of years. And then Evrima has a new one, a new composer, I think. But yeah, a lot of the Legacy soundtracks, it's a lot of ambient kind of stuff. You know, like a minute, 2 minutes of just kind of like, but it really gives you a sense of feel for the world. Okay, so we reached our first water hole here. There's like a little area here, little raptor rock. I imagine that being there. Yeah, I know this area. Oh, this is the map of when the fireflies came in, isn't it? I love how I completely skipped test level. Like, I mean, let's be honest, test level there's probably not a whole lot going on there. But maybe I'm wrong. Oh yeah, this is when they started playing around with it. So now we actually have the muffling of the sound in the map. And also, this is when the water just became absolutely awful. It started becoming awful. Very, very murky. But we didn't have anything that really chilled out in here. And hey, at least you can actually still see. Ooh! I had a feeling. Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing the oxygen, the O2 meter come in. Right? This is an O2 meter. My stamina's at nothing, and slowly but surely my oxygen will go down, even though I'm very clearly above the water, but we'll ignore that. This is when they're really testing it. And then eventually, once this reaches 0, I'll start very quickly taking damage, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's like very quick. We'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So it takes 20 ticks of damage from drowning. Very interesting. We'll go as Giga Old so you can see the difference. Is the raw different? Oh, it does still have the particle effects. I think it is the same. The 4 core might be different. I don't know, I think they are the same though. Pretty sure they're the same. So we got a different spawn. Oh, we're a lot smaller too, I'm noticing. Although growth is on, so can't really count that, but we're a lot smaller to start with, I guess. Oh, and we have like no stamina. Look at this. No way. Yeah, our stamina as this Giga compared to the other Giga, awful. Where do we want to go here? Oh, is this? What is that up there? Yeah, this was the map where they started playing around with landmarks a bit, I think. I think there might be something up there. I might make my way over in that direction. Although I kind of want to go deeper in this way, actually. I don't know that there's anything up there. It might just be a spawn. V3 was the one that had the radio towers, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. Which we should check out, because that's... If any of the maps prior that we just checked out are to tell us anything, it's the V3 map That's the one we should keep checking on every now and then, because as we go through these next few versions, because that is when... That is the next map after Thenyaw. Thenyaw wasn't made by Dondi, I think it was another developer. I mistake who it was exactly. I think this is where it just was. But it was a different developer. They want to make their own map, which was Thenyaw. I think it's up there. I'm trying to remember where the lava area was, unless it is up there. There's so many different directions I want to go because I want to see if there's buildings are here. Oh, use this music. I actually looked for this for the OST and I used some of these musics. Ah, this is pleasant. This is a pleasant one. This is for Hatchling or something like that. This is a pleasant look. Actually, it might be Day. One of the day ones. I forget. Or Juvenile, actually. It might be Juvenile. It's either Juvenile or something Day. I forget exactly. This is such a pleasant soundtrack. I love the old soundtrack. In fact, I love every freaking game soundtrack. People used to ask me like, "Oh, what do you listen to? Like, what artists do you listen to and stuff like that?" And I'm like, I don't bloody know. I just listen to video game soundtracks. I play video games. I like video game soundtracks. Like, Ark soundtrack, beautiful. The Owl soundtrack, beautiful. Destroy Humans, beautiful. Like, I just like video game soundtracks because I feel like that's where people really go off. I mean, I will say movies as well, like the Avengers Endgame, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, you know that one? That one's good. I listened to that for a long time as well. So, you know, I don't listen to a specific artist. I kind of just... I listen to whatever music sounds pleasant to me, you know? There's no one specific piece that I'll listen to. I like these, like, rock materials here. Very... Actually, this kind of reminds me of Path of Titans a little bit, where they have the, Oh, there's like a whole rainbowy kind of freaking landscape in Path of Titans in Gondor, I think. Anyway, we've made it to... Actually, does spectator work now? No. I don't know why it doesn't work. I have no idea. So here we have made it to... What do I feel like this is called, like Twin Rocks or some shit. Every location is always community named, and I feel like there's like... Oh, never mind, there's 3 of them. Never mind then. I don't know what this would have been called. I hope I'm heading in a direction that makes sense. Oh, hello. I recognize this. This kind of weird looking rock. So maybe I am going the right way then. Oh, it's like a little... Oh, this is nice. It's like a little thing you go through. Does that have blending? Does that blend with the landscape? That's kind of cool if it does. I can't really tell. I don't remember if they had that kind of stuff, but I think this is this is closer to when we'd have stuff like that with the blending with the landscape and stuff. I'm saying stuff a lot. Okay, there's a rock up there. Oh, there's another water here. Another little pond here. Do I recognize this one? I think I do, actually. You know what? This might be... I feel like it was bigger, though, but... This is one of the locations I remember of Thenyaw. So maybe this did get bigger at some point. Maybe it didn't, I don't know. Maybe there's a different one that's like this. Actually, no, this is one of 2 places that I remember. I think there's another one down there somewhere or something. Maybe we'll run into it at some point. Classic. This is the old days of Memory Isle, where we just kind of go from one side of the map to the other, see what we can see, Except now we have replays, so if I miss anything in between, we can kind of go back and see all that. Which is always nice. I like being able to go back and see what I missed. But I think this makes sense to go this way, just from my gut feeling. My natural instinct tells me this way is the way to go. I mean, being an admin of a server, I just kind of teleported. Or being the owner of the server, I should say. I just kind of would teleport to the lava area because it was a cool area. It was really fun. Because it was something different, never seen before. In this game, at least. Like, you think of the Isle, you don't think, ah yes, the lava area. You know, you think dinosaurs and human structures. There was a bit of a mist, bit of a fog coming in there. Actually, you know what? That might be what's different about this map. Come to think of it. Because I have been in... Because I have some servers in Legacy. In current Legacy. And what I'm already noticing is that there is a serious lack of... There's this soundtrack again. There's a serious lack of buildings, like human structures, and possibly even the lava area. I don't know for certain. There's a lot of these like little rocks dotted about. Yeah, there's water down there. We can maybe keep going down this. I don't think we're going to find much down this way though. Is my issue. My issue with all this is I don't think we're going to find anything from me just kind of walking around, but we'll keep looking. I feel like there's a building here. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I feel like this is a good prime spot for like a building. I feel like there was also... Yeah, no, there is. There's a spot with a radio tower on Thenyaw. Or am I thinking... No, it must be Thenyaw. Right? There's a radio tower on Thenyaw, I think. Or am I gaslighting myself? I know that there are human structures on current Thenyaw. I know that much. Oh, we have admin commands now. If I do /help. Oh, there's only /stuck. That shows in /help. That's great. I can do /heal actually, can't I? This command can only be used by developers. Oh, great. That's lovely. What if I am a developer? You don't know. Eh, who am I kidding? I ain't no developer. I ain't developer shit. Ooh. So this is what, like... Yeah. And the ambience changes too. Man, I love this game. I don't know. Oh yeah, we haven't tried what is the controls? I don't even know what would use these. Wait, where is it? Oh, are they gone? P and right alt. Well, right alt doesn't do anything for Giga, and neither does P. So, let me know in the comments if you know what what creature uses that, or what human, I guess? I don't know. Let me know if you know what uses that at all, if anything. I mean, I guess maybe we'll find out in the test level at some point. Am I going the right way? Yeah, I'm going the right way. But yeah, this music, man, this soundtrack, 10 out of 10. Love it. Really suits the atmosphere. I'm sad I never got my AI, my trike AI that just chased you across the map. I don't know where. We had to have skipped it at some point because now we're in the Thenyaw era. We're phasing out Region 2. So, The moon was always that huge? I have a screenshot that I took because I was shocked that the moon was so freaking huge. And apparently it was just always like this on Thenyaw. Look how fucking massive the moon is. Why? Actually, no. It was bigger than that. Never mind. Yeah, now that I think about it. Yeah. Never mind. It was definitely way bigger. But like compared to the sun, I feel like that moon is like way too big. Even for this map. This is also before AI, I think. Before the new AI system came in. Because in the current version we have now, there's like once you get hungry enough, then Oros and Dibbles spawn in, I think. Something like that. Tiny little creatures, because it's designed to kind of like, you know, encourage hunting players instead of just hunting the tiny little AI. But you also can live on AI because they'll keep on spawning. Here comes the OST coming in again. The ambience changed once again. Oh. Oh, right. The geysers. I forgot. I completely forgot about this area. Of course. This is the map that had the little geysers in here. Now that's interesting. So this map's pretty much mostly unchanged, I think. Like, apart from the human structures that get added in, and maybe the lava area, unless I just haven't found it yet. But I think there were subtle changes to this map to accommodate for the human structures and stuff. But I think for the most part, this is at least the first version that is in release of this map, because you gotta remember, there was a big gap between February to May. What the hell? Oh, that's the geysers. I was like, what the fuck was that sound? Yeah, that's the geysers in this area. Man, these sound effects are actually really loud. So here's one of the geysers in this area. And it actually did launch, if I remember correctly, it did launch smaller creatures. If you were, I think, as small as maybe a Utah, maybe smaller, this could actually launch you. But I don't think it's going to launch you bigger. Yeah, I don't think it does much. Yeah, this is what the water looks like under here. Very grey. Very limited visibility. That sound doesn't get muffled though. The rest of it does. Okay, so this must be before the fireflies got added in. Because there's a few things that I remember from this map. There's the geysers, there's the volcano lavary place, and then there's the fireflies. Because they're unique, apart from in test level, they're unique to this map. And I think they were removed at some point because of they were affecting performance. And then I think they got added back in. Maybe I'm just misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that's how that ended up being. Night vision is just insane in this map. Do not need it at all. Because this map wasn't like, or at least this is back before cheaters really started coming into this game. Because when Thenyaw got added, that's around about the time that people started taking the game way too seriously. Actually, no. Dilophosaur. When Dilo gets added into survival, that was in this game. That was in Legacy, right? Yeah, when Dilo gets added into survival, because it had insane night vision, and still does, I believe. Best night vision in the game. I think that was around the time that people started cheating. Probably because either they died at Dilophosaur or something like that. But essentially people would use Reshade or something like that to change the gamma or something. I don't even really know how people did it. But apparently to get around the darkness, which, mind you, this doesn't even really look that dark, but whatever. To get around the whole, like, having shitty night vision, they would just turn up the gamma on their settings, and then, yeah, they were just able to just see everything at any given point in time, which sucks because I think even now in Evrima, we are limited to how good the lighting can look. There was a stream Dondi did where he was showing the difference between the anti-hacker, or anti-cheater lighting versus the lighting that they want to have in, and it looks even better than what the game already does now. And I don't know if they ended up changing that at some point, like maybe it's already changed now, but this stream was like a year ago or something, back when I used to still watch his streams. But yeah, it sucks. Cheaters suck. As simple as that. And I think even now there's cheaters in the game, and instead of being affected by night vision, now they're affected by just like speeding around and I think flying. I think I saw a post that someone said someone was just flying or something. I don't know. It's shitty, but it happens in every game. Why do people do it? Who knows? They find it fun to ruin other people's fun, I guess. And then the developers have to make compromises, and then those compromises affect the player's gameplay. And instead of having, good lighting, we have to have shitty night vision with a dark circle around it on the outside, where you can't see shit. Even without night vision, it's even worse. And it's just, yeah, it sucks. But what can you do? What can you do? Thanks, game. Just starts playing this song again. Cheer me up a bit. This doesn't really fit the night theme, though. I feel like whatever system is in place is a bit broken. The funny thing is that at this point, the game is only 8 gigs. Like when I copied it to my desktop, it's only 8 gigs compared to, I think it was like 13, 14 or something. Which worries me that at this point in time, Region 2 is just removed from this build. We will check it after this, but I'm pretty sure it may just be the 2 maps, which we have seen before, where they release specific builds that only have the maps that they're working on, and then a later build will have the older maps back in. But we appear to be pretty much at the edge of the map here. I can't decide if I want night vision on or not. I think I'm going to keep it off for now, because I can see a lot more. I can see a lot better now without the night vision. Oh yeah, look at that water material, that ocean. Yeah, this is the music that should be playing right now. Yeah, no post-processing here, because they aren't really expecting you to have that here. If I was the Utah, I could get up here. But I'm not running all the way back up here as a Utah. Look at the clouds as well. Very ominous. Actually, is there weather? Slash weather rain. No, but that is interesting. They were testing that stuff out at this point as well. What about time set day? Yeah. So this when all the admin stuff. That's probably why I can't do debug HUD, because it was locked, maybe by accident. Because eventually these got released to admins to be able to use in their servers, the commands and such. Oh yeah, now we look at the sky. Now we've got the little aurora borealis. The weather is actually clearing up, even though I don't have access to any of that. And also I told it to rain, so it's just the complete opposite of what I needed. But look at that, the sky's cleared up. The game's like, yeah, you know what? Have a look at that. Very cool. Very cool indeed. Worth the wait. Let's go. Can I? Oh, okay. Let me cook. There it is. And here we are. The edge of Thenyaw. Not a whole lot to see, really. Listen how peaceful it is, though. So peaceful. Anyway, let's go check out the replay. See if I missed something. Probably missed everything. Oh. I hope this is... Yeah, here we go. Does this just hide it? Okay, it does. Awesome. So let's see what we missed. So it's funny, the camera spawns exactly where we spawn as well. So obviously we have the sound effects here, the windy sound effects that we got in V3, V4. Might even be higher pitched. Over here, that looks like something. It might just be a rock though. In fact, it is just a sparkly kind of texture that's on all these mountains. Alright. I say sparkly, it's just different from the rest of it. There is, in fact, a radio tower over here, by the looks of it. That's what I'm seeing over there. So if I had went left where this rock was, which is one of the directions I was kind of thinking of going. Oh, there's a little thing down here too. I remember this, I think. Yeah, I remember this area. That adds up. Yeah, and I remember the swamp down that way. But this is, yeah, the radio tower that has the Morse code? Morse code? No? No Morse code yet, okay. This had the water that, yeah, and you could drink from this as well. Yeah, I remember this. I don't think you get, can you get, no, you could get in here. I think. Maybe not though. Yeah, this doesn't seem active either because the light's not on. Is it a radio tower or is it the transmitter? It says something. Yeah, I can't exactly look in there. I remember using GoTo a lot of the time to go into a lot of buildings just to see. So there's at least one human structure currently. If you can even really count that. And then up here, you can't really get up here, but this is just a nice little view of the land. Is there anything back here? I'd imagine not, yeah. No ocean or nothing, it is... Oh, hold on. What is that? Now this is something that I never really looked at. What is that? What is this? Oh, there is water out here. You can see it at a certain angle. I think that's water. There's just like a random black square. Oh, there's multiple of these out here actually. Just random squares out here. Are they planes? Yeah, they are planes because they're like only visible. Yeah, on one side. Weird. What do you reckon that's for? Yeah, it's just all under here. Maybe that's before the map was made? They wanted of how far they wanted the map to go. I don't know. Maybe this is just, it's just there for no reason. I'm gonna go with that because I have no idea. Maybe it's like to do with the slopes or something. It might be actually. Huh. Very strange. I like the little, I don't know what you call it, like the fog that's like around the hills and stuff. Unless it's just clouds. It could just be clouds. There's this up here. I recognize it. I think this is where it spawned, wasn't it? This is like the first little pond that we see, yeah. And as we go further down, so that down there was the, yeah, that's the radio tower over there. There's another little pond over here. So had we gone this way, we would see all that. You reckon I can see me wandering somewhere? Where am I at? I want to see where I am. Here I am. This is me testing the commands, I think, at this point. You can just see me just kind of stare. What am I doing? Oh, maybe music's playing. Whereabouts am I? Oh, no way! I was like right next to the tower. Damn it. I could have actually made it to the actual tower. Oh, you know what? I was probably testing the go-to command. Or something like that. Anyway, so yeah, I would have made it to the tower. Because that's where I spawned there. Watering hole. And then there's this down here, which we saw. Which is so bizarre. Let me go through that. No. I remember you could like see through some of those rocks. Just what a murky. Oh, I like the reflections. I don't know how they do that. That's one thing I never really did in Unreal Engine was cool reflections like that. I imagine it's pretty easy, but yeah, I never learnt that. Yeah, a lot of the rest of this map, like I think the human structures were somewhere around here. I think there was like a kind of like a flat area with the human structures. It might have even been around here, or like just ahead of here. Yeah, that looks cool. And then yeah, it leads into the swampy, marshy area, but not before this little area here. So we went that way, so let's go this way and see. Oh, I think I see. That's got to be it, right? Yeah. There, here. This, I think, that looks very familiar. This has got to be where the lava was. If I'm wrong... Yeah, no, this is it. This is it. You can see the light in the distance. It's right now. Everything was by the radio... Wait, was the radio tower here? Where is this from where I was? Yeah, like that's the lava there. You get a little glimpse. Anyway, so if I just went all the way left, you come down here and you enter here. Yeah, oh, I remember this area. This is such a cool area. So you enter here. You got like a little river here. I think it's very shallow. Yeah, it's like super shallow. Like you got like little all this here. You got an open area here. Oh, so is this? Oh, you can kind of exit through here as well. Okay, or enter. So you got this one section here, and then oh, that's so cool. You can see the light in the just like emanating through. Oh, this is awesome. And then here, you come down, and here's the goddamn lava with the heat effects. And the molten lava sound effects. And if you go under... Oh, that just looks awesome. Yeah, this was a really cool spot. Whenever I was in the game, I would always come here. This was such a cool place. Very kind of like discreet. You'd have to go looking for it to even find this, I feel like. Yeah, this was such a cool spot. It's a very small amount of lava. Maybe there was another area like this? I'm trying to think. Or maybe this area got adjusted at some point as the map kind of upgrades. over time. Because I seem to remember there being a little more lava. But maybe I'm just mistaken. I thought it was a volcano though. Maybe this is what we called it, because lava plus... Look at that in the distance. Like, that is so... Like, you wouldn't notice it, because you'd go down the hill. You spawn over there. You go down the hill, you know? Actually, I think you spawn over there. Yeah, because that's the tower. Oh, you would have to walk so far to the corner of the map to even find that. And that's such a cool little feature. Let me know how many of you have actually been there in, like, survival and just kind of chilled out there. I imagine people did some cool battles there. That's what I like to imagine. Yeah, here we go. This water here, I feel like, is probably where the other area we hung out at. Is it? Yeah, this is I think I even have videos where I've been at this exact pond. Yeah. This seems familiar. This is a nice little spot to chill out. And it's right near the... Well, I say right near. It's fairly close to the lava area. Yeah, actually pretty close. You know, it's about like a 5-minute trip. Maybe 10. Depending on where you are. But yeah, that's a cool area. I like that area. So yeah, by the radio tower, then you go down there, and then you know you're on the right track. And then, is there anything off to the right, you reckon? Probably not. I remember there was like a little building with a security camera. And then I liked the idea of the cameras, because I don't know if they still do it now, but back in the old days of Legacy, you walk up to a camera and it would just follow you. It's just like a subtle little, like, cool little design. I imagine it must have been a little taxing in the background, like, for checking every tick if there's a dinosaur nearby for it to focus on. But otherwise I think it just kind of went left and right. I think that's how that worked. I mean, there's a lot of I thinks here, because but I seem to remember, at least in test level, they had a camera that did that. I don't know if that actually came through into the map, but I think it did. If not, let me imagine that it was. let me pretend that it was like that, because that's my memory of it. And you know, as the series is called, Memory Isle. And yeah, so this is all, like, this is all caught up to the stuff that I remember anyway, which is really nice. So this is where we ended up at the end of it all. And as we go further out, the ambience completely vanishes, because it's only like covering... Oh, actually no. There's some bird chirping. And now it's silence. Never mind, there's still birds chirping. Okay, let's not go too far out though. I want to go back over here. Yeah, let's go all the way up here. Yeah, that's the lava-y area, so we've kind of been over there. I just want to see what's up here. I know this is like, you would never go here, but it's just kind of cool, just to see it all. Well, there's those black squares again. Yeah, it's so weird that those black squares are there. I imagine I've got something to do with like the cliffs, or maybe it's like this area is visible to players without this stuff. So put cliffs and stuff here, but then they forgot to remove the squares. Maybe that's what seems logical in my mind. Like, if this is visible to players, it's a black square there, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to come up with something that doesn't really mean anything. Is that rainbow? What is that? That was another thing. Thenyaw had that, didn't it? That was with weather, I think. After it finished raining, there was like a rainbow that would show up at some point. I don't think that's what this is, though. This looks like... I don't know, like a thin bit of fog or something that's just kind of not meant to be there. Yeah, these squares. Yeah, I don't know. Very strange stuff. That's probably everything we're going to see in that. Now that's different. Hold on a second. What? That's fucking awesome. I don't think I've ever heard that before. That is not in the current game, but I want it to be. That's so cool. Alright, anyway, let's go here. Let's check out how progression's going as well. So let's check out DV_test level. Humans are not in progression, makes sense. Okay, so they did edit the names in here for all this stuff. Oh, and test level is different again, I think. Yeah, they changed the material again to have the grid, and yeah, look, they moved the 10% damage over here. Except it's untextured. And doesn't... No, it does work, okay. Oh yeah, and now we have a working campfire. The music kicks in. I love that. Okay. Oh god, the taco's super slow. Yep. And then here's the water, and then IK is being tested? Ooh, we gotta test that. So this is test level. Apart from the... Oh, the cube. What the hell? Wait a minute. What? Never mind, this is not test level that I remember from the old days. There's just a cube. Oh god. There's this cube here. Okay, hold on. I wanna come back in sandbox. Sandbox is the better version for this. Unfortunately. Well, very fortunately, really. This is strange. This is strange that this does this. I logged back into the server and now I'm a Giga instead of the... I guess it makes sense the game mode, but yeah. Anyway. So yeah, now we have the 3 bushes. We have this little corpse here. We can actually eat from it. So is this the gore update then? Or maybe it was a little earlier. This must be the gore update we had in Legacy. And then, oh yeah, IK is what I was going to test, which is why I went as the Giga. No, IK is not here yet, but I imagine that's why the slopes are here. They're about to test that, or are testing it for specific creatures. But yeah, so we're getting closer and closer to when IK... Oh my god! Oh my god, that's brutal. Let's test it with... Oh, it's... Was that rain? What just happened there? Okay, anyway. Utah. Here we go. If anyone's gonna have IK, it's the Utah. No IK yet. Right? Yeah. It would be freaking out on this if it was. Okay, no IK yet. But we have the ribs here. We got the 3 different bushes you can eat from. We got those over there. They're not going to be any different. And yeah, no scent. The body in the water. I think there's fairly shallow water, which I think ended up getting a bit deeper over time. I just tried to grab meat from the Giga. That's not a legacy feature. There we go. So they're textured now, I think. I don't think they were textured before. Yeah, they're moving now too. Oh yeah, is the tail thing in yet? Nope. I think not. Yeah, so none of that stuff's added in that I remember. And then there's just this cube. This glowing cube. I guess it was just testing luminescence, or like making a glowing material, because then you have... Well, then they didn't use it. But so in the version we have now, I think, there's a portal here, right? And it takes you to the other side of the map. And was just done for fun. I don't know. I don't know why that was a thing, but that's the thing that they tested out. And then there's a light here of the weapons. I don't know if that was there before, but it is there now. But other than that, that's all there is in this map to see. Yeah, weird. It hasn't done it. I want to see if I go from here. Hello. From here to... That's weird. That's really weird that it... Maybe it's based on how long you spend? Or maybe it was... Hold on. Maybe it had something to do with because I was in the wind in this map. Let me see. Maybe it has something to do with that. It does. That's so cool though. That's a very weird side effect of that wind. Unless it's something to do with like the map, like maybe it's tied to how it's unloading the map. Hold on, let's get away from the wind real quick. Let's just be here. Yeah, no, it's tied to the wind. That's so weird. That's such a weird side effect to that sound. I love it. I want that to be just the default sound when you come in here. I will test if Region 2 is here, because that would be interesting to see. But I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yeah, no, Region 2 is gone, I think. Isle, Region 2. Doesn't exist. If I try V3, V3 does exist. However, I cannot move. I have no player in here. That is fascinating. I also just cannot do anything now. Maybe. Okay, it at least lets me go back to the main menu. That's good. Okay. Let's try Redwoods. Nope. Redwoods does not exist. And... or at the very least, maybe they've moved them. But, because the game is so small, or at least because this version is so small, I think they just don't exist. Open, Isle, Region 2. Yep. The thing is, it switching there tells me that maybe it does still exist in some sort of back end, but it just isn't shipped. Whereas it's saying error, the map does not exist, either means that it's been moved or it's just not in the shipped build, like not referenced anywhere. But anyway, I've been going on for 2 hours. Been a while since I've done that. So thank you everybody so much for watching. That has been this version of this episode of Memory Isle, this version of the game. And I'll see you guys next time, where we will check out the next version. So thank you everybody so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, ring the notification bell if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.